through your freedom.
Together, we are expanding access to transportation. Seems like maybe it's a small issue, it's a big issue. You need to get to go and need to be able to get where you need to go to do the work and get home. You need to get to go and need to be able to get where you need to go. You need to get to go. You need to get to go and need to be able to get where you need to go. You need to get to go. You need to get to go. You need to get to go.
I want to go to there.
And get home.
Just real quick, folks, just very quickly. These people, these radical anti-American socialists, they're causing shit to hit the fan. They're making it worse. They want to destroy this country. They're also incredibly stupid, as demonstrated by our disclaimer, our satirical disclaimer, showing the Vice President of the United States of America, the Vice President making absolutely no sense yet again. Now, what's important to note is they're continuing to expose themselves and their lies. And it is through your support of this channel right here that we can do this and keep America on the straight and narrow and looking at what is real and what isn't, right? Basically, the January 6th insurrection, AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, has admitted, right? Well, it's basically nothing. It's a fake. It's a fraud. It's bullshit. She admitted it because she's not smart enough to realize the things she says actually can be thought about by other people outside the context of her complaining, whining, sniveling, and bitching. Now, wow. Oh, and by the way, I want to thank all of you for coming to the thepreparedmind.club, buying your needs, filling your prep needs because you need to get them filled. Also supporting the channel by signing up at the preparedmind.club and subscribestar.com as premium members. Thank you for signing up there. Now, what did AOC say? Well, she got very mad that some extremely rude comments were made to her. She was heckled by a comedian, and then she got the comedian's act canceled at his venue in Washington, D.C., and within an hour, he had another venue all lined up. Sorry, AOC, you don't get to cancel people just because you don't like being heckled. But she was very mad. She wanted to pretend, even though if you watch the video, AOC, right, she's almost playing with the guy. But she was claiming, I was going to deck him. Yeah, right. Capitol Police did nothing. Well, after being, shall we say, harassed by AOC, the police went and found the guy and ran his profile. It's not a criminal, so nothing they could do. So she gets mad. More mad, starts going off. AOC does. And this is what she says. There were actual officers working with this, meaning the January 6th event. And we never got to the bottom of that, and we never got any answers about that. And then to this day, we're just supposed to pretend that that never happened, January 6th. I have no idea what happened to the people on the inside who were very clearly sympathetic with what was going on and opening the doors wide open for that. Yeah, that's right, folks. She admits that the police and people in the Capitol were opening the doors for the protesters. Now, of course, she wants to believe they're insurrectionists. Well, they didn't have guns. They weren't committing acts of violence. Just a few black-clad agents provocateurs who were staging some aggressive stances with the police for the media. Other than that, it was just normal humans, normal everyday Americans wanting to protest. And they had, again, quoting Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, I have no idea what happened to the people on the inside who were very clearly sympathetic with what was going on and opening the doors wide open for that. Well, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez knows all about wide open, folks. That would be her mouth running wide open. Yeah, we never got to the bottom of what happened on January 6th. Actually, we have. There's 14,000 hours of footage that Nancy Pelosi has withheld from the public. That's a lot of video footage from a lot of cameras, folks, showing a lot of what? If it was incriminating, she would release it. If it was incriminating, Liz Cheney would use it. But people high-fiving, shaking hands, taking selfies with Capitol Hill police inside the Capitol building, peacefully walking around, those pictures, no. Now, while a lot of us thought it was cute and funny to see people putting their feet up on the desks of congressmen, right? It was very interesting to see how that was turned into one of the greatest crimes of all time. How about Hunter Biden and his crimes? No. We need to ignore that. Folks, it's important to understand. They will just come right out like AOC has and admit that nothing happened, that police were opening doors, that it was not an insurrection, if you look at it from a different perspective, from that of a stupid person. But they don't care. They're coming after our rights. They'll admit one thing and then they'll admit another thing, but they'll never admit, folks, they'll never admit that our rights are inalienable. They'll never admit that they have no authority over us. They'll always claim that they can take our rights. They'll always try and use authority to control us, to harm us, to steal from us. It's up to you at this point. You and me, prep to action. Don't just sit on your hands, folks. Take action. We have people now who are really getting involved at the thepreparedmind.club. People are buying, we have, in fact, this afternoon or this evening after the free-for-all, I've got a prepper coach session. We have people who are interested in sponsoring the shows. It is incredible where this channel is going because you are actually taking action now. Prep to action. Get prepared and become active politically, with media, with whatever it takes, folks. But definitely this coming election is going to be absolutely critical. Absolutely critical. And we're counting on you. You should be counting on you, your family, your children, grandchildren. America is depending on all of us to step up, use our free speech, use our rights to protect America. It is that time, folks. The politicians in D.C. are scared to death of you, scared to death of your Second Amendment. They're scared to death of your First Amendment. In fact, I think Terrence Pops ran afoul of Patreon. That's the report I got. He's no longer available there. So another patriotic voice of freedom and liberty. Yep. Apparently, Terrence Pop doesn't need them anymore now either. Folks, they're afraid of us. They're afraid of your thinking, which is legitimate, based on reality, history, fact, and law. I want to thank you for all you do for us here at this channel, folks. Everything you do matters. Your support through the club at subscribestar.com is just critical. Sharing on YouTube, sharing the internet address, the YouTube video link, share it. Like, subscribe, share. The reason we're doing this, folks, this is a campaign for freedom and liberty. It's literally a campaign for our rights. We're trying to build an army of thinking free Americans, not for violence, folks, but to protect liberty and ourselves and one another. That's what this is about. Prep to action. I want to thank Mr. T for the great videos. Some of these intros you're seeing, they're kind of time sensitive, but they matter, folks. They absolutely matter. They're coming after us on the medical front, legal front, military front, economic front, the food front, the energy front. They're coming at us from every direction, and we need to fire back at them. Chance favors the prepared mind. Thank you for all your support. Godspeed to you, and Semper Fi.